Jonah Hill is on the Cruz Show.
Jonah Hill!
Hey.
I know, it's a lot of energy. It's a lot of energy.
It's great.
Welcome
It's
to Power
great.
106.
I was like hearing the past 20 years of my life go by in 4 seconds.
Right? Just flashes right there.
Yeah.
Welcome to Power 106,
Of
man.
course, man. Psyched to be here. I grew up in LA listening to Power 106.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
sick.
Of
Can I
course.
introduce an amazing actor who's here with
Absolutely,
me?
please do so.
Ny-Kell Smith.
Ny-Kell, he plays Ray in the movie mid-90s. Ny-Kell, my guy, what's good, man?
What up?
Ny-Kell, how you
All
feeling, man?
chest.
I'm feeling good, man.
Feeling good, man? This has been a
Feeling
crazy
great.
run, right?
Yeah.
Yo, Jonah, where did you find Ny-Kell?
Ny-Kell, I had seen in I'm a huge fan of his skateboarding, so he's someone I was writing one of the parts for in the film always.
You had him in mind.
Yeah, and then we met through a mutual friend of ours named Mikey Alfred, who's a co-producer on the film, and really smart young guy. And once he came in audition, I was just like, this guy's a star. This is the guy that like I've always wanted to see, like the kind of movie star I've always wanted.
Sure.
It's just someone who tells the truth, is not corny, and he's not only one of the best professional skateboarders, he's one of the best actors I've ever seen.
That's major, Ny-Kell.
Yeah,
what does
for
that
real.
feel like when you hear Jonah Hill say that?
Shit.
Can't even put it into
I
words.
don't know
It's
how
crazy.
true it is.
Oh,
It's
But
true.
I'm
It's very
trying.
true.
I
like
try.
that humble vibe. Yeah.
I
It's very
appreciate
true.
Jonah for thinking that 100%.
Yeah, and he's got bars, and he raps.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, you ever heard him on the Earl song?
Yo,
He's on
we-
a Tyler song.
Yo, let's get a freestyle, my guy.
Oh, hell no.
Speaking of
I do it.
freestyle,
That's
listen,
what Vince
so
Staples will do.
with a movie like mid-90s, right, you can, you got to be very careful, right? It can't be, you can't go OD with like the references and the language that was used in the 90s. Obviously, the wardrobe and the music as well. The music I appreciate so much because I thought to myself when I watched the film, and thank you for sending it to us. I thought,
Yeah,
okay, that's
thanks for
dope.
watching.
They didn't go obvious with the 90s music, and this is with all due respect, but there wasn't like G Thing by Dre and Snoop, which is an obvious song
Right.
that when you think back to the mid 90s, I think you think back to something like that, especially being from Los Angeles, right? When
Right.
I heard Souls of Mischief, I said, okay, they got it right.
Right.
They got it right.
Yeah, to me, I mean, just like how skateboarding is always butchered in movies, I think hip hop is always butchered in movies, and you know, to me, it was important to show that like what Far Side or Tribe Called Quest is to me, or like what the Beatles were to like our parents, you know,
Sure,
and that
yeah.
kind of thing is to me is like important to make a movie that's a for real, you know, serious attempt at a movie. It's really funny, really emotional, really, you know, good. That just really celebrates the culture and the things that I'm obsessed with.
Yeah, and these were songs that you were writing the movie too?
Yeah.
So you just had it on in the back and just kind of for inspiration.
Well, I would write the scenes like to those songs. So whether it was like, you know, Big L or J. Rue Damaja or Souls of Mischief, Far Side, Cypress Hill, you know, it was all stuff that was really important to me at that time that I wanted to, you know, frame emotionally in a film to how I, you know, computed those songs and how they, you know, felt to me.
Sure. How close are you to the character, to Stevie?
You know, it's not
Shout out
like
to Sonny.
shout out to Sonny Solchik, our
Yeah.
friend, another
That's
great
how you pronounce his
actor.
last name. Thank you.
Solchik, yes. You don't even worry about
Got
it.
it.
But you know, it's not like a biography or a biopic or something.
Sure.
But you know, hopefully, I relate to all the characters in the movie. I kind of try
Right.
and have to find a way to relate to all the characters I write.
No,
you know?
seriously, I felt the same way watching the movie. I'm like, yo, I'm Ray. I'm also fuck shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also Stevie. You know, when
Yeah.
growing up at that age, right? Your friends are everything. They are your family because you're kind of at odds with your family because they're not cool anymore, and you go out and you look for a sense of to belong, I guess, right? You meet these kids, and obviously, the bad kids are very accessible because you know they're out and they're doing crazy shit and you see them all the time, you know. But yeah, you truly touch on a character that I think everyone at one point in their life had to live through.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, when you got to work your way up, you know, like you're always like, sometimes you're always the little kid, you know, entering a group of friends, and then
Yeah.
you got to figure out like who the alpha is, like
Sure.
how you get your way through that, and you know how you gain respect essentially.
And Ny-Kell, you essentially play like the voice of reason. It's not corny to try. It's not corny to want to be a pro and to be better, right? How close are you to that character? Are you that guy amongst your friends?
I mean, it's kind of, I've been almost every character in the movie. But yeah, I definitely have there's a lot of similarities between me and Ray. And, you know, coming up, I had to go against the odds to do a lot of stuff. So I had to be that voice for myself, really.
Yeah, I was so proud of Stevie when that girl took him to the room, man, and tried to make a man out of him. I was like, go get it, Stevie. I don't want to give away too much. I've seen the movie, so I don't want to ruin it for anybody, you know. But I mean, as you know, growing up as a teenager, we were all in that situation.
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up here in the Valley, in the San Fernando Valley. Yeah, L.A. all day.
Yeah.
So you know, your first time in a room, you're playing what, like 7 Minutes of Heaven or whatever? I don't know. I don't remember that game. But first time in a room alone with a girl, that's a major deal, man, and it shakes your foundation.
Yeah, it's definitely more to show, like, you know, he's terrified, right?
Absolutely.
Like when he's in there. So he's just
we
like,
all were at that age, man.
Yeah, and it's like, it's more about kind of, I would say, maybe an incorrect lesson where at a time where, like, it's not about these two people connecting. It's like, it's just about the respect that it gets you from your friends, which is kind of a lesson you kind of got to unlearn, I think, in life. When you're young, it's just things are about impressing people as opposed to what you actually want to do and what it it feels right, you know?
Yeah.
And so, to me, I'm not like a moralist. I'm not trying to like shove my morals down your throat.
Right.
I just try and tell the truth of how it was, and then you kind of let the audience have enough respect for the audience to let them take away what they want to take away from watching something. Sure.
Can I say thank you for making the movie, or is that sus?
No, that's cool.
Okay, just making sure.
That was one of my favorite scenes because he's so afraid to say thank you.
Right. I didn't even get that. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, dog, it's all right to say thank you.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
well, that's like even something that's like so dumb, you know?
For
like,
sure.
It's so dumb.
But bro,
like,
growing up, you have friends that are like that.
Right. It's like that kind of thing where it's like so homophobic for no reason, or just saying like even that the idea that saying thank you would be gay is so absurd. And so when he says it to Ny-Kell, then one of the young kids teaches him this bad lesson, and then he's like asking Ny-Kell's character if he could say thanks, and he's like, what? He's like, no, that's just common manners. That's nice, you know? And it's oh, right. Like when you're 13, 14, like you learn all this stupid stuff you kind of got to unlearn as an adult.
Right,
you know?
right. At that age, you get that nickname that sticks with you for the rest
forever.
of your life.
Forever.
Like sunburn.
Sunburn was
for me, it was gordo or feo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's fine.
Ma'am. You're not feo, man.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
Bro.
Neither are you.
Why you lying,
I told Jonah when he walked in, like, I lived that life, you know, because I came from a single mom household, right? Just like the character in the movie. And I went looking for love in all the wrong places. Sorry for the bad pun. But that's what it was. You're looking for love and acceptance. He obviously was trying to get acceptance from his brother. I mean, he idolized his brother. There, looking through every fucking CD, which, by the way, was such a great scene to open the movie. Like, because I just thought about all my CDs I used to have, you know. But, and then you get caught up with some kids and you make some bad decisions. But I don't want to give away the ending, but I love how the ending came full circle with his own family, and I thought that was pretty cool. And I just want to say, job well done, man. And like I said, someone who lived it and made those same mistakes. And the question I want to ask you though is, were you close at all to that, and who were you looking for when you were out there running with those skateboards people and those hip hop people?
I mean, it's like not like my story, you know. Like I didn't have a single mom, you know. It's just like either like characters I just wrote or or created, or you know, things from friends of yours' lives, or just things you saw. But the thing that is personal about it is just like the loneliness of being young, and when you kind of try and find, you know, a group of friends outside your house, like that kind of thing. I think anybody could relate to. For me, it was skating, and it did provide that kind of like family for me in a great way. And I don't care how great your family is or how terrible your family is. Like when you're 13, like you're not trying to kick it with your family.
No,
like
100%.
You're out there
your
trying
mom, it just is a buzzkill.
Yeah, you're just trying to find your people. Like everybody's just searching for a community. So for me, it was like rap music and skating were the two things that spoke to me the most.
For me, it was taggers, right? Tagging.
Oh yeah. Oh right. For sure.
Gang banging, and then
sure.
skating for sure. You know what I mean?
And tag, just like how, imagine how like if tagging was done in a film, right? It's such a culture that's always
gotta be done
fucked over, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same with skating. Same with hip hop, right? It's like
because it's a subculture.
Yeah,
and you can't play
people
it out.
Butcher it. People butcher it.
You can't cheese it out either. And that's
Yeah.
one thing I love that you didn't cheese it out at all.
Yeah, like for me, like I wasn't like like I love tagging. Like I thought it was fun, but I was not like legit.
What do you
know?
write, man?
Yeah, what was your tagging name? What was your
When
tagging
I wrote
name?
graffiti, my name was Slop. No, that's a Beastie Boys lyric.
Yeah.
No, but I would tag all the time, but I wasn't like serious, so I could never like understand what that was like to actually be out there like in the streets doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For real. But it's similar in the sense that like if someone ever tried, skating is always so butchered in film. And so a huge part of this was to like really pay respect to something where I'm not an authority of it. I sucked, but it like brought me a lot of joy. And so like I wanted to see it done right. And the person who's going to make the great movie about Michael Jordan is not going to be Michael Jordan. It's going to be some nerd who's obsessed with Michael Jordan.
Of course.
You know? And so it's like, and so it's like for me, it's cool to hear you say that because I think it's like, if you were a gangbanger, if you were, into graffiti, it's just you were just looking for family. You were looking for family and an art form at the same time.
Yeah, you're looking to be cool at the end of the day.
100%.
Yeah,
and so
man.
it's cool when you're an adult to be able to reflect back upon that.
Yeah.
And kind of show those little moments that really everyone kind of remembers. Like even when Ny-Kell asked Sunburn to go fill up the water bottle.
Yeah.
The kid's like so happy.
So happy to
like,
do
filling
it
up the
because you
water
just want to
bottle.
belong and you want someone
He has
to
a
think
purpose.
you're cool.
Yeah.
And he's got this geeky board that he got off his brother. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that was a classic.
Yeah,
You
the
wanna
Kmart
feel
board
accepted.
when you get like the Kmart Walmart board before you
Toys
realize
R Us board,
the
bro.
Toys R Us board before you realize
Yeah.
you're supposed to get like the actual cool
with all
one.
sorts of rubber on it.
I was telling Cruz that was my move. What Sunbird did every time he went home, and I had the Listerine hidden by my house, and I would do that same shit when I was smoking weed.
Febreze,
and
a
smoking.
t-shirt.
Yeah, I had a, exactly, man. I had
Lysol.
jeans and clothes. I'd gargle all that stuff, and then run in, and hopefully mom wouldn't catch me, man. It was so relatable, dude.
I love that.
What's
That's
up, Leche?
awesome.
On a personal level, though, I mean, considering the cast is very young, what did you learn from the whole cast on a personal level?
Man,
Did you teach you anything new about yourself, or?
Of course, like I was a young kid given that opportunity to be empowered and become an actor when I was young. And so for me, it was important with my first film to give that back to people, not just to like take, but give it back. And so whether it was Sonny, Ny-Kell, Olin, Ryder, Gio, all these kids, Ny-Kell's a man, he's not a kid. Like Sonny's like a kid. He's like 12 or 13. But like, Knox 10 years younger than me, and he's someone I look up to. Like he's someone I would call for advice or thoughts. And like, I was always a young kid in a business with adults who told me like, my taste didn't matter. What I actually liked didn't matter. What they liked was what was good. And I never was into it. So to me, I just always keep such an open mind and learn so much from these young people every day because they're the people out there making stuff right now. You know what I mean? And it's like the most closed off dumb shit you can do is just like think you know better than anybody,
Sure.
So I learn every day from these amazing people.
Any new lingo, like,
Yeah, like we do this thing where like you pay up for a bad joke. So if like their group of friends does this that I love and I do all the time now, where it's like someone makes a bad joke, you hold your hand out, and they have to pay you for it, and vice versa. That one I find pretty universally enjoyable and heartbreaking at the same time.
Right.
Because I make some bad jokes, G. Like I make some terrible jokes. I do it on purpose. Some of the things I kind of do. I kind of like making the bad joke to have to pay up. Like I kind of think it's funny.
It gets to a point where you just want to pay.
Yeah.
You want to see how bad it could go.
Yeah, you want to see how deep the well can go of
One of my
terrible
favorite
jokes.
scenes in mid 90s, by the way, is the Would You Rather scene, and maybe just because I'm a little twisted in that way as well. I love those type of jokes, but the Would You Rather scene, I mean, that
Who hasn't done that?
who hasn't done that? That's the game.
But that's also what's cool about skating too, or just like any kind of subculture, but especially skating. Was like when I first walked into a skate shop, when the kid first walks into the skate shop, they're playing this really messed up Would You Rather game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what it is skating is just like kind of anti everything, and that I'm not a person here equipped to speak on. My man's like one of the best professional skateboarders in the world.
You feel me?
But what it does is like it's this skewed perspective on things that you either fuck with or you don't. And so this kid is like listening to these kids talk, and he's like, "Yep, that's my vibe,"
Yeah.
And
these are my people.
these are my people, yeah. And it's like that kind of crazy stuff is like what draws you in to know, or not crazy stuff. It's just like whatever you kind of know who your people are, you know. And
Sure,
I think
yeah.
that's a cool thing to watch happen in this film, very quietly, very observantly.
You know what I found when I was younger, and this is TMI, but when I found my people, right, I connected with this dude, right, and he started talking about masturbating, right, and we were having fun, not masturbating, me himself, and
Sure.
I thought to myself,
This shit got weird real quick.
no, listen, and I thought to myself, dog, like, yeah, like he's talking about it, because my brother was like, you don't do that, man, whatever, you know, and when he talked about it, I was like, yo, this is my friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like it was a clear connection.
I don't quite understand the story, but I'm gonna,
Yeah, me either,
I'm not gonna clown you either. I'm just gonna
What
let
I'm
you
saying is
live
that's
your
how I
truth.
found my people.
Yeah, and I'm not shaking your hand on
That
the
was
way
not.
out.
I've masturbated twice since you sat down.
Yo, hey, dog, pay up. Let me back joke.
That was not a bad joke. That's how I found my friends. Well, one of my friends, and then
It could happen in all different ways.
thank
No,
you.
but you're right, dude, because he was begging for his older brother to teach him shit, right? In the
Well, his
movie,
older
he
brother
was
did not wanna
begging.
fuck with him.
Yeah, his older brother only wanted to beat his ass and have control over him, right? And like he
And,
said,
yeah.
you go out and you learn that shit somewhere else because those guys are willing to accept you and put you
Sure.
up on game, you know? And that's what's cool about the movie, because I think a lot of people, especially boys, you know what I mean? Especially boys that are out there
Bro.
skating or whatever it is, that's where you learn your life lessons is out there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's the same for women as well, in different, you know, subcultures and things like that.
Yeah.
One of my favorite scenes is like there's this scene where Ny-Kell's character Ray sets up a board for the first time for the main character Stevie, and it's just this quiet scene, and there's no sound. It's just like natural sound, and to me that's sick because it's just like someone older who you respect taking the time to show you something you're going to end up doing the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And those kind of moments definitely stick with you forever.
Yeah. What? And without giving away too much, what is Ian going through? Stevie's
Ian's
older
the
brother.
older brother, and he, you know, he's someone that just is, he's kind of abusive to his younger brother, and I think he, you know, has an inability to express his love for his younger brother, even though it's there, and it comes out in all sorts of messed up ways.
Yeah. But when I'm watching the film and I rewinded a few parts because I'm thinking to myself, he's obviously going through something, you know. And then there's a few terms used as well, you know. I'm like, maybe he's fighting off a secret, maybe, or he's just growing up, I guess, as well.
I think just some people I think every human being feels pain inside, and some people handle it in different ways.
Sure,
Some
yeah,
people it's
yeah.
more extreme than others. Some people, you know, we all have our ways of dealing with how crazy life is.
Yeah.
You know?
Why was Frank Ocean the first to see the movie?
Well, Frank, Q-Tip, and my sister Beanie were the first people to see a rough cut of the movie.
Okay.
Just three
Why them?
people I respect their taste and their truth. All of them will
Keep it a buck.
keep it real. Yeah.
Keep it 1,000,
all
right?
three of them are like great artists I respect, and they don't have a false bone in their body.
Sure,
They won't
yeah.
tell you it's good if it's not.
Have you showed it to friends of yours that have inspired you?
Tons.
Yeah.
Ny-Kell. Yeah, Frank, Q-Tip,
Seth, James.
Raekwon. Seth's seeing it tonight. He's coming to the premiere.
Very dope.
Spike Jones,
Jay Cruz.
Bennett Miller,
Mm-hmm.
Paul Thomas Anderson, Jay Cruz.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
You know, a lot of my heroes. Yeah, a lot of people that I seek their counsel and I seek their wisdom.
Sure.
Does it bug you out to have conversations like that with Q-Tip? Obviously, you said you're a fan. I was a fan. I know when he came in
Yeah.
here, like
It's hard not to fan out, I
like,
guess.
with people like that, because I mean, you know every bit of their art word for word.
Yeah.
And then now you're, showing him a piece of your art in return.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, like I've been very lucky in my life. Like I've been making stuff for now like 15, 16 years, even though this is the first like real full thing from my brain, my heart, right?
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, I've been lucky enough to have real friendships with all people who are also people who grew up inspiring me. So Q-Tip very much being one of them. Mark Gonzalez, my favorite skateboarder.
Yeah.
I used to have one of his boards, man.
He's the man. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot, you know, Martin Scorsese, just people that I can, that shaped who I am as a person and creatively.
You went to the best school ever, man.
Yeah, I'm a lucky man. I'm a lucky person, now it's cool for me because like I work, my first film was with this group of people who were a lot of whom were doing it for the first time, and it's like we're traveling around, we're showing the movie, and I get to like give whatever I know back to them, and that's that's just how life works when it's done correctly, I think.
Can you still marry people?
Can I marry people? Yeah, I'm ordained.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Online?
Yeah.
It's like $30 to get ordained and you're good.
Yeah, it was easy. It was actually a lot easier than I thought. But I married Adam Levine. I married and Bahati, his wife.
Really?
Yeah.
Jonah, you should marry my fiance and I think that would be great.
That'd
Are
be
you guys
amazing.
getting married?
I think so.
Yes.
What do you mean you think so?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
We've been engaged for 6 years. Ny-Kell, you didn't know that?
Bro,
I was like,
minister of the peace.
what the fuck?
My God.
Breaking news.
Yo,
Ny-Kell just
you can
found
also
out.
Y'all are married. No, I'm just kidding.
you can also confess to him, Ny-Kell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Many times, bro. Let him know. I'm rich, bitch.
No cash on me.
Oh,
I have a
man.
$2 bill on me.
Trust me, I do it all the time, man. It's hard.
Right. It's a
No,
tough
but
fall.
yeah, that's cool. That was cool. I like that.
Yeah, man.
I like love. I like marrying people. I've only done one. Hope to do more. Let me
You
know
gotta
if
do
you
mine. You
girl
gotta
get
do
married.
mine.
Oh, seriously,
Yo.
you gotta
Yeah, how do we
it.
set this up? What do we do?
We
That's
gotta set this
crazy
up
as fuck.
because he's been putting off this marriage forever, Jonah.
Well, we've been
Hill.
engaged for 6
Why do
years.
you have cold feet?
What
No, don't put that out there. No. There's no cold
Cruz
feet.
got cold feet.
Jonah.
cold feet.
No, it's not about cold feet. It's about timing, I guess. I don't know, but
Timing. What this weekend's great.
this weekend is great. What are you
it
doing?
is.
What are you doing this weekend?
I'm here. Mid 90's is coming out. Everyone go see it.
Hey, he's married.
Mid-
I'll be
90s
marrying people in the
before the
theater.
Yeah.
That would be crazy, right?
Hey, next love berries in line.
Yo, just a line of people like a meet and greet.
Hey, if you buy tickets, I'm down. I'll do it.
My man. Hey, Jonah, is it safe to say this is not a skateboarding film? Yes, it's somewhat about skateboarding, but it's so much more than that.
Nope. It's a movie about growing up. It's about a time in your life when your friends are everything, and that moment in your life when like the joy is fun is huge, the pain is huge, the agony is huge, the laughter is huge. But I don't know. I think it's just really about growing up, and these people happen to skate, they happen to listen to hip hop, and that's just what they do. It's not like a movie about those things, but it pays respect to those things.
I have some would you rather questions for you.
Okay.
Are you down to play?
I mean, I'll answer if I feel comfortable. If
Would
I
you
don't,
rather-
I'll plead the fifth. Yeah.
Would you rather have no money or no friends?
No money.
Why?
Because the only reason to be alive is to love and have people to share life with.
Friends are overrated, but that's just me.
Shut up.
You got to have some to know that.
I'm living my truth. man. Can I live my truth, my guy?
What about you?
No money or no friends, Ny-Kell?
No money. Money came and made my life some whole other shit. It make your friends change. It do a whole bunch of shit. Money weird, but you need it to live.
You do.
Especially when you ain't come up with it.
True.
So it's like it's such a strange balance.
One more for you,
It
okay?
is.
Would you rather have Trump win a second term or never hear a Kanye album again?
It's the same thing.
I think
was
that's the
genius.
answer. I think
That was
that's the
genius.
answer. It's the same thing. I know. Listen, we're all upset. But he's family, is he not?
Huh?
Yay, he's family.
He not my family.
Big fact.
Why does
He
it
don't
always
even
get
know
so
me.
tough?
Niggas don't know
Kanye's
me.
got
My
everybody
family's my
tripping.
family.
It gets so weird and awkward when Kanye comes up. It's like nobody wants to talk about it. And I understand why, but it's happening. This is happening.
Yeah.
I don't completely hate Ye.
I have a simple answer.
Sure.
Love his music. Don't know what the hell this is.
That's it.
That's all
a
I
good
have to
answer.
say about it. Yeah.
Top 5 producers of all time, hip hop producers of all time, Jonah Hill. Primo.
Dre, Prince Paul, Pete Rock,
Nice.
Primo, Dre, Prince Paul, Pete Rock. I'm missing somebody important.
Yeah,
Kanye.
Metro Boomin.
Metro Boomin.
Yo, but see, his producer list would be different.
Hey, that's
Ny-Kell, what's your producer list?
That's a millennial right
Metro
there.
Boomin. 808 Mafia.
Take it, Wheezy.
Take
Harry Fraud. I mean,
No, I think Kanye would be fifth.
Mid-90s, the movie. Jonah Hill, congratulations, my G, and congratulations to the entire staff. Ny-Kell, please pass the message on to the others. Like, yo, you guys did an amazing job. And I think, you know what? I think it would be dope if it would turn into a series, the movie. But the movie is great, man. Congratulations.
I'll
The
take
ball
it.
drop. It's 96 now.
Wait, what happened?
Well, you know, This Is England. The movie I showed the cast called This Is England. That is like a great British movie. They did that, and it went forward into like the 90s.
Damn.
In 2000.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta check up on that.
Me too. It's good. It's good. But yeah, thank you. Go see Mid-90s this weekend. It's my heart. It's something I care about. It's something that I truly stand behind now and forever. And I hope you enjoy it.
Would you rather have the Dodgers win the World Series or make $100 million this weekend at the box office?
100 million this
100
weekend.
million this weekend.
How dare you?
would you rather break both arms or both legs?
Oh, you tripping?
Probably both
Both
arms.
arms.
Yeah.
Ny-Kell, thank you. Jonah Hill, thank you.
Thank
Hey,
you.
thank you.
Thanks for having
Mid-90s in
us.
theaters, man. Watch it, man. And
Much respect.
you're hosting SNL November 3rd, I believe, as
Yeah.
well, right?
Yeah.
And I know there's so much coming in 2019. Maniac is on Netflix, dog. Keep working, man.
Mid-90s.
Mid-90s, out in theaters. Watch that. Jonah Hill, Cruz Show, Power 106,
Much
number one for
respect.
hip-hop. Pleasure getting my balls busted by you, man.
Oh, man, I didn't bust your balls.
No, this is a good thing.
Come on, bro. It's all love. It's all love.
This is a good thing. That's
Okay.
legendary for me. That's
You're-
top 5 for
You're
me,
my
bro.
homie, bro. You're my homie.
My man.
Yeah.
Jonah Hill, Cruz Show, Power 106, yeah.